good, my peoples? It's your boy E here, man, and I just feel like I gotta speak on this one here, dog. Let me grab my ashtray. Hold up, y'all. Alright. So, what this one is gonna be about is, man, you will be surprised who is still watching you. It could be somebody that you ain't seen, that you stopped fucking with 10 years ago, 7 years ago, 5 years ago, 3 years ago. And you might be thinking, man, ain't no way this motherfucker still watching me. You know what I'm saying? You might be thinking that ain't nobody, this motherfucker still watching me. This is this time apart from you has been so long. Why would you still be watching me? Like, you know what I'm saying? But like I say, you will be surprised who is still watching you, dog. Cause I just had to find out. Who's still watching me, right? And it's funny how this shit come about, man. But like I say, man, look, deep down inside of me, I always kind of think that even some of the people that I've not dealt with or I've cut off like years and years ago, you know what I'm saying? Not to just be a person that just want to be pessimistic and think, oh, this is about people and everybody think about people. But I just have a feeling deep down inside like these people could still be watching me. Now, you know what I'm saying? I'm not so harped on it so bad or nothing like that, but I just kind of have that deep down within me. But sometimes people just confirm it, dog. People just be confirming that shit, dog. Like it's been one time where I ain't seen one of those exes I had, and wound up seeing the motherfucker, like what 4 years later down the line after a situation happened with me getting back on drugs and stuff, doing crystal meth again, and then the motherfucker pop up. I'm like, oh, that motherfucker still watching me. So yeah, that kind of gave me the answer on that one. But yeah, I've just found out another one too. And so I'm gonna keep it a thou wow with y'all. Because, you know, like, what's the point of lying anyways, right? So, you know, I've been having my little spells where things been trying to, where these urges come through, where I'll be trying to get me to get high and stuff like that, right? And this time, I tried something else other than the crystal meth because I didn't want to do that drug because I feel like that's the drug that I stay the weakest on for the longest. And I stay weak enough, I lower myself enough to the point to where people are able to, you know what I'm saying, fuck with me at a vast amount of time because I'm still high and the shit lasts for a long time. So I did something else. And when I did this other thing, you know, I was like thinking, okay, you know, I just do this once to try to replace the feeling of, to try to replace what that was, because I didn't want to do that, right? And I'm just thinking, okay, well, I just do this one time. This, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, but see, and yes, you could say I should not be trying to do nothing else either, but it's hard for a nigga to navigate sometimes when these feelings, these urges come through, right? So like lately, it seems like since I made a little money, I've been able to stay in these rooms, right? The devil has really, let's just say this dark force has really been trying to come through and urge me in some certain way, dog. And so as I got this urge, I just needed something to substitute that. I didn't, because it felt like that was getting strong and I didn't want to go there. And you know, I just feel like this drug is something that kind of can substitute rather than doing that. You know, and so I wound up doing it. You know what I'm saying? And then one thing I started to realize was this drug started to become a new demon, because now I said I'm gonna do it once and I wound up doing it again. And I'm like, damn, hold up, nah, man, I can't just keep doing this. I can't keep doing this because this weakens me too. Not for as long as what this one do, but it do. In certain ways, I see people seeing that. I know they watching me. They've been watching me, dog. But you know, like I say, I live my life like people ain't watching me. You know what I'm saying? I know people watching me, but I do live my life like people ain't watching me because it helps me feel better about living my life. You You know what I'm saying? Like, you can say, oh, you can't be acting, you can't be acting like shit ain't happening. Oh, I know shit's happening. I know shit's happening, but I live my life like it ain't, because I don't like to the stress of realizing that shit, and that shit always fucking with my mind. Like, I just like to look at life like it ain't. Like, I'm living like I would, even if I wasn't being followed, even if I wouldn't be being watched. You know what I'm saying? I just live my life regularly. And yes, some people may say that's kind of dumb because they know, yeah. But guess what, dog? It helps me, and I feel like, you know, I'm walking in the spirit when I'm living this way. You know what I'm saying? I'm not walking worried about shit. I'm not walking thinking this or thinking that's gonna happen. I'm walking with the spirit, knowing that wherever it goes, God got me. You know what I'm saying? Wherever it goes, God got me. That's how I walk with it. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, like I said, I started to realize the shit was starting to get worse. The shit was like, I kept doing it. And so it got to a point where I felt like, nah, we got to beat that feeling now. But while this new demon has come across, I realized I don't have no urges for the other shit. I'm not even urging for that shit no more. So it did take that away. But now it's created a new demon. And so, like, I'm trying to fight the shit out of it now. And now I actually feel like I am going to defeat it, because I feel like I know, I see it. I see the attacks of it. And if you ask me, man, this could be somebody sending spiritual energy at me. This could also be somebody sending spiritual energy at me, because I tell you one thing, dog. You know, when you doing a little better, when you're able to take care of yourself a little bit more better, and you're not just struggling, you're not just having to depend on other people and all that shit, you know, people see you like that, dog, they want to take that away. And I do believe people are sending spiritual energy at me, you know, however they doing it, whether it's voodoo, whether it's magic, witchcraft, I don't know, whatever the fuck they doing, I do believe they sending it at me, dog. Whether it's even technology is a part of that magic too. Hope you know that. If you don't understand, technology is a part of that magic, bro. Technology is magic in itself. If you really don't understand that, like, nigga, this TV is magic. Nigga, shit that's going on in that TV is magic, bro. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, dog. But yeah, so, you know what I'm saying? Like, I created a new demon, and so, like, right now I am fighting the dog shit out of it, and I am, because I see it for what it looked like right now, I don't believe it's gonna defeat me, dog. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe it. But anyways, so I go out one day to go get that drug, right? I don't even want to say what it is. I might tell y'all some other time, but right now I'm just know it's a drug. It's another drug. So as I go get that drug, and I come back to the room. This was supposed to be my last time. I said that last time. I went and got it. And see, one thing you gotta understand, when you do, boy, look at that tongue twister I had. But when you do drugs, when you do a certain drug, and it lowers you, one thing you understand is people will show up to see you. They want to see you like that. It powers them up to see you in a lower state. You know, just to be in your face. Like, people that you knew or people that you talked to will show up to see you in your lower state. And they'll let you know that, hey, yeah, I'm watching you. This happened the first time when I felt like I was about to die with that girl, with that one girl that worked with me at this Katz's. You know what I'm saying? I left that job. I haven't seen her in like a whole 6 months. And as I have this little moment where I feel like I was about to die after doing them drugs, right? She come popping out of nowhere, walking past me, looking at me, right? Smiling. And I mean, from that bitch, that bitch smile was about to hit both of her ears. For real. She let me know that bitch watching. And it was the one where my ex popped out when that happened. But this time I came through. I came back to the motel, and I was trying to go through this little entrance. It's like a little small entrance. And as I'm going there, this is a work with me, y'all. My brain do that. So as I get to this little opening, there's a car just parked right there, kind of blocking the area. You know what I'm saying? It was a little space on this side, but it was barely enough for me to get through. And so as I get closer and closer to this car, and then I just like look at the car, then I looked at through the window and look at the driver. I see this dude that I used to know 7 or 8 years ago, that I stopped talking to, that I cut off 7 or 8 years ago, Spanish dude. And I'm like, nigga, you still watching me too? And to tell you the truth, it's not like I'm really that surprised, but I like, because I've been not thinking about this person for so long, not really had this person in my mind, not really even felt anything from them. You know what I'm saying? As time goes on and I'm not thinking about this person in no kind of way, right? You kind of like by default are surprised when you see them after so long and be like, damn, nigga, you still watching me, right? Because it's been a long time, dog. It's been a long time since I've seen that person. And I look at him, dog, and then he look up and then he see me, and then I'm like, bro, you know you're blocking. And he look back down on his phone like he don't see that he blocking me, bro. And then I'm like, motherfucker. I'm looking at him like, motherfucker, you better move this fucking car. I don't know why I thought this motherfucker could read my mind, but I tell you what, after I did that, he went on ahead and moved that bitch over, and then I went on and got through. And I'm like, God damn, this motherfucker here, dog. And it's like, bro, like I say, bro, you don't know who is watching you still, bro. You might have a picture. You might say in your mind, I wouldn't be surprised. But for some reason, I was a little surprised to see him because I ain't seen him in so long. So I was like, God damn, why? I'm like, God damn, bro. So yeah, man, you might get surprised, dog. You know what I'm saying? You might think, hey, motherfuckers ain't still watching you. But just know, man, it could be a motherfucker from 10, 15 years ago that you ain't even fucked with since that might still be watching you, dog. I'm just telling you, it's crazy, bro. But I just seen one, so I'm just telling y'all what I already experienced. So I'm pretty sure it's the same thing with y'all, man. But anyways, man, let me know how y'all feel. Have y'all seen anybody pull back up in your life lately that you haven't seen in years? I mean, let me know, man. Let me know what that is. All right, but anyways, I holla. Peace.